Hello everyone, welcome to a very special edition of Mailbag where my parcels aren't all from China this time. This is one single box from a viewer of the channel, so thanks to SciQ for sending this, and let's take a look at what's inside. Okay, so lots of stuff. Let's take them out one by one and see what we have. So the first thing I saw was the thing that was making the box rattle. It's a project box, color Schwarz or black. It is about roughly 14 centimeters by 8 centimeters by maybe 4.5 centimeters. So yeah, it's brand new. This is if any of you have seen me struggle fit things into too small of a box on a live stream, I'm sure that's probably why SciQ sent this to me. So yeah, that's gonna be really useful. Next thing is this bag. It's like a wash bag. I'm not sure if it's showing up on camera too well. It seems a little dark or something. But yeah, it's got a zip up the top here, so let's see what is in. Wow, so loads of stuff. Okay, so there's some hose clamps and rubber feet. He even has them nicely labeled for me. That is a GoPro adapter of some description. This is a flux pen. It's probably much better than the flux pen I have. Mine is a really cheap Chinese one. This looks like it looks better than that. Anyways, so that'll be useful. Boards that are labeled step up, step down. Let's take a look. So this is a step down converter, or I believe they're called buck, right? And then this is a step up converter. So this would be a boost converter. So if you want, this one is for converting higher DC voltages to lower DC voltages, and this one is converting higher DC voltages the other way around. This one's for converting lower ones to higher and higher ones to lower. Okay, cool. Next up is this board, which looks like an Uno Ethernet shield on top, and it's a PIC Penguin LAN shield is what's written on the back. So yeah, this does look like an Ethernet shield for an Uno. It's Uno sized. And then this is a board I've never seen or heard of before. A PIC 32 Picguino. It's Uno sized, but yeah, that's an interesting board. I'll have to look up more about it. Cool. This is a PIR sensor. So these detect the presence of humans, basically, or I think it works in animals too, but it's a presence detector, basically. Dogs are fighting there for some reason. This one, he seems to maybe be confused what it is. I see a few question marks. I'm not 100% sure what this is. We might have to look it up. It's a... Let's see if I can zoom in on this. So it's a PAM8403 THD0188N. I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea what this is, so I'm gonna have to look that up, and I'll probably insert a clip about that here. Okay, the next thing I have here are solid state by 2 and 1 joule relays, 6 volts And there's also a data sheet attached to it. Needs varistors. I'm not sure what that is. Use the relays. Okay, I'll have to look up what all them are for spike protection. So this is varistor. I've never even heard of a varistor before. Varistor from live to neutral before plus after. That's interesting. So it's a triac SSR, so it's a solid state relay, and I think the main reason SciQ sent this on was if I wanted to make my soldering oven into or my regular toaster oven into a proper soldering oven, then we could use something like this. So that could prove very, very useful. And just the part number is, oh, there's two part numbers there, so let's maybe see what it is. So there's the nice solid state relay, I guess. It is rated for 10 amps. Let's get you zoomed in on this. So this, the Zettler AZ7333-2C60E, this seems to be a relay, a miniature power relay, and I presume this is just like a standard relay. And here are the solid state ones. The S202, S01, sharp, and there's two of them. So very interesting. I need to learn how to use these before before I use them, but yeah, really cool. I've never had solid state relays before, so I didn't even know what they looked like. Apparently it's like this. Next from the bag is a couple of H-bridge for DC motor applications. So if you've seen my video before on making a Wi-Fi controlled car, I used a motor shield, but on that probably was some form of H-bridge style chip. So you can use this to control motors from a microcontroller. So again, included with this is the data sheet, which should come in very handy. Okay, next on the list here is RC car motor control. So it seems to be something for controlling the motors of an RC car. I'll have to look a little bit more into this now, because I don't actually know what it is. These wires are so thick that it's obviously for a pretty high current device, and these are maybe the control pins of it. And here's a power switch of some description. This looks like it's for a pretty beastie looking car. Yeah, even just judging by these connectors, like these are serious. Like these are for many amps, not just like the little dinky toy car that I made earlier. So yeah, that could be really useful for something. Cool. This is analog remote. By remote, I don't mean remote at all. I mean analog control stick. So it's kind of a standard thing for add-on for an Arduino or whatever. Interestingly enough, to use these with an ESP8266, you require a multiplexer because there's two analog outputs and the ESP8266 only has one analog input. So yeah, this could be useful. I think he might be hinting I should build another car or something. Seems like that's the way that these parts are going anyways. The next thing here is smart high side high current power switch. So it seems to be a MOSFET of some description. There is 5 pins on it though. It also seems to have a lot of different protections. I see over voltage protection and there's a temperature sensor. Is this all built into it? Seems very impressive if it is. Again though, it has the yeah, it does actually. Here's overload protection, current limitation. This is obviously not your standard standard MOSFET, so yeah, I have to do some more reading up on this too. Very interesting though. I'm giving up on the one by one thing, so here's the next set of things from the box. So this is belt clips for cases. So they all seem to be the same thing anyways. It's a belt clip. I'm not sure exactly how you use this. Not for that case anyways. So yeah, I'm not sure. It obviously hooks on to something at some stage, but yeah, I'm not too sure how that works. SciQ, you'll have to comment on what these are, or maybe there's more goodies that we'll figure it out later. So this is adhesive alu tape, I presume aluminium tape, heat reflector, and EM shield. So there's the outside of it is rolled up tape, but then there's also something in it that I want to get out, but I also don't want to damage the tape. Okay, I give up trying to sneak it out. I'm going to well, that's why I wasn't coming out, I think. Oh, so there's more tape here. I'm not exactly sure what that tape is. But yeah, there's 3 of them. They seem to be labels. I'm not too sure on those ones either. And then the last thing is, I believe this is a serial cable. I'm not sure if I have a computer that still has serial, but you can get USB to serial converters if I ever need it for anything. It will be useful. Okay, next up. This is not marked. Cool, so the first thing I pulled out is, this looks like it's a battery holder for an 18650 cell. Just happen to have one on my desk. Don't buy these, they seem terrible. So yeah, that's pretty handy. So there's 2 of them. seems to be a battery pack that takes C-sized batteries. So if you need something to run for a long time or have a lot of current, I guess that's what that'd be useful for. Okay, so this is pretty cool. It's a it looks, just by judging by those stickers, to be AAA sized battery holder. I don't know, it looks like it's flexible to be a couple of different things. So there's tabs in it here, and you slot the tabs in here, I guess, to make up whatever configuration of battery board you need. But what also is super nice about it is the shape of the case has these kind of countersunk points. So if you cut out a square hole, you'll be able to embed this in. So if, say for example in the car project, if you had a case like this, you could cut out a hole at the bottom and embed this in, and then you'd be able to change the batteries out without needing to open up the car. So this, something like this could be really useful. This is another battery case. I'd say it takes 3 AA's and has an on-off switch. So that's 3 AA's is about 4.5 volts, which is perfect for powering ESP8266 project. Well, one that has a voltage regulator on it, but yeah, be really handy. Yeah, so these have to be the biggest 7-segment displays I've ever seen. Pretty cool. Yeah, so there's 2 of them. They're really big though. Where did I put my ruler? It's about 7 centimeters in height, just under 5 in width, so it's massive. Yeah, be interesting to see these all lit up. Definitely have to play around with them in a stream or something. I'm starting to run out of space on my desk, so this one is labeled keypad. It's kind of squishy. Okay, cool. So it seems to be a cut off some board of some description. You can see it's cut there, and it's in the middle of traces and things. But they seem to be mechanical buttons, just judging by the action of them and the sound of them. So yeah, they feel really nice. And if I'm not mistaken, so you can take the cap off, so you could put a picture in its place or something in its place. So I actually have a idea for this for an upcoming project, so this will be really useful. Yeah, ooh, there's a really nice feel of these. Yeah, I'll just have to figure out how to interface with them first, but I'm sure with these pads at the back here, I can get something out of them. But yeah, very nice. Sorry about that, my wife came home from wherever she was, and the dog started barking. So yep, two LCD screens here. One is a 16:2, and I'm not sure how many this is, but I'd say it's a 4 module. It's a pretty big screen. It's close to twice the size, and it looks like it's gonna light up blue as well. So looks like that'll be pretty good too. We're really starting to run out of space now, but this is the last of it. So there's three good quality looking LAN cables. We've got metal headers on them, which is not normally what I have. Yeah, so I'll definitely make use of them somewhere. There's one here marked pump. So it looks like a 12-volt pump. So there's the motor for it, and I'm not sure which is the inlet and which is the outlet, but I'm sure we can figure it out. But yeah, for the amount of gardening stuff I've been doing recently, this could easily come in handy. Alright. These are connectors for wire, so you kind of lift them back like that, and you can push in wire. I don't know if I have any that'll fit in here at the moment, but push in the wire and then close it down. That didn't work too well. I'm not sure exactly how these work. I'm sure they'll work better with a solid core wire anyways. Yeah, I'll have to figure out how to use them, but they come in different sizes as well. And also attached to them is a few small drill bits. They should fit pretty well in a Dremel or something. It looks like there's instructions on them, and maybe I wasn't opening them far enough. The instructions seem to point to the fact that they open like to a right angle. Yes, they do. Ah, yes. I don't know if you can see that, but it completely opens the way now. So now this can go the entire way in. And you can close it up, and now it's got a nice solid enough connection. So yeah, that'll be handy. And then finally, there is what look like the backlights of LCD screens. I'm not 100% sure. LCD something something etc. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure what these are, but they look like the backlight of an LCD. This isn't fully clear. It's smooth on one side and it's bumpy on this side. I'm not actually sure what it is. And there's more layers to this as well, so we'll have to ask SciQ what these are too. Interesting though. So that's everything in the package. This has been an insanely generous gift from SciQ. So yeah, this is really gonna help a lot. There's definitely a lot of different stuff in here that we can use to make some pretty cool projects. So I think I think a thanks to SciQ is in order if you enjoyed any of this video. We probably have some things we need to ask him about some of the parts, but yeah, again, insanely generous. If the package was half this size, it still would have been crazy generous. So thanks a lot. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I'll talk to you next time. Okay, bye bye.